evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an epic game. We're going to be watching Blue Eyes Chaos Max versus Invoked Mekk Knigt. Now, this game was actually a test game. We weren't planning on uploading this, but just so happened to be recording all of our test games, and this one happened to show up as a really good game. So Xander is going to start off with terraforming into Magical Meltdown, and Magical Meltdown into the Aliester, the Invoker. Really nice to have a one card into multiple cards. You know, the Magical Meltdown being able to get him a monster to get him the fusion spell to start him off. He is then probably going to follow up with some type of either back row or even just a fusion play, but no, he's going to follow up with Spellbook of Knowledge, sending his Aliester to the graveyard to draw 2 additional cards. Now he's going to set 2 more cards face down and then pass his turn back to me. Not really an exciting board by Invoked, but still nonetheless, he gained quite a bit of advantage by doing that whole little charade. I'm going to reveal Blue Eyes White Dragon to special summon Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon and then trade in the Blue Eyes White Dragon, digging deeper into my personal combos and hopefully getting into what I need as a deck. Now I'm going to summon White Stone of Ancient and use both of those monsters for a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, or am I not? No, he's going to activate Scapegoat. No, I'm going to attack with them. My apologies. He's going to special summon 4 tokens to a side of the field. I'm going to attack into 2 of the tokens, and now I'm going to use both of those monsters for a synchro summon. Definitely thought I was going to do that beforehand. And if this summon's successful, no, it is not. Solemn Strike is going to be the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and that sucks, losing your monster to a Solemn Strike. That's going to put Xander in on a 6,500 life points. I apologize that you guys can't see the right side of the life points. I'm going to summon Dragon Spirit of White to my side of the field to attempt to banish the Magical Meltdown, but it's met by an Effect Veiler. Now Xander with 2 cards on his side of the field, or 2 Scapegoat monsters on his side of the field. He can use those for a Link play and not have to worry about that, which I think he is. He's going to use it for double Link Spider, and then he's going to use both Link Spiders for an Underclock Taker, being able to special summon a monster to an arrow that it points down to without having to use this extra deck monster zone. Now he's going to follow up with the Invocation, banishing the Aliester to banish a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon from my graveyard to my side of the field, or from my graveyard. It's going to be pretty problematic that he keeps banishing that card. I really hate that he keeps banishing the Alternative Dragon, because that is an easier out to the Macabre. He's going to use the Underclock Taker to reduce the attack of my Blue Eyes, of my Dragon Spirit of White, and then he's going to attack over it for 3,500 damage. Now that's going to put me at 4,500 life points, and he's going to have the slight advantage of a 2,000 point lead. Back to my turn, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you guys are enjoying this video, go ahead and give this video a like. The more likes this video gets, the more we know that, you know, you guys appreciate our video. If we get over 100 likes, then we will be dropping that Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck profile. I know I asked you guys for 150 likes on the last video. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. I really would appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and special summon Dragon Spirit of White, and then use the Stone of Ancient to add Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck to my hand. I'm going to go ahead and declare an attack, possibly on the Underclock Taker with the Dragon Spirit of White. And no, Dragon Spirit of White is going to banish the Magical Meltdown first, and then I'm going to attack into the Underclock Taker, use the Dragon Spirit of White to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, something that people don't see a lot. He's going to go ahead and discard the Aliester Invoker to protect this Macabre, and I'm going to banish the Return of the Dragon Lords to protect my Blue Eyes, and that's pretty interesting that I did that. Main reason why I would do that is because I don't want him to summon the Aliester again, since I got rid of his monster at his extra monster zone, and get rid of whatever threat I decide to summon. I'm going to summon Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Instead of banishing it, he's going to Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. And I think that that was a pretty big turning point, because now I get to search a Master with Eyes of Blue from my deck to my hand, and it has a target. So I think that that probably wasn't the best of moves right there, and it was a really big turning point. Now he's going to activate Magical Meltdown, and Meltdown's going to add him another Aliester from his deck to his hand. Top deck, I really can't even say anything about that. It was just a really good top deck, and I was pretty frustrated at the point that I worked so hard to get rid of his Macabre and his Aliester in hand, leaving him just with a Macabre, and he was able to gain another one right under my nose. So he's going to summon Aliester, and then Magical Meltdown again, banishing the Aliester and my Blue Eyes, or my Dragon Spirit of White, and now he's going to add the Aliester from his graveyard to his hand. And now we're looking at a pretty big problem. 2 Mekkabas on the side of the field against Blue Eyes White Dragon. And one of them is going to inflict 1,000 or 500 damage, and the other one's going to inflict 2,500 damage, bringing me down to 1,000 life points. Blue Eyes Chaos Max is in the danger zone. I'm going to go ahead and activate Pot of Desires, and hopefully he negates that. Hopefully I have something that, that he can't stop. He's going to negate it with one of his Mekkabas, but does he have another negate? That's going to be the pretty big problem. Yes, you had 2 Mekkabas on your side of the field, but do you have the 2 negates to follow up with the double Mekkaba? So I'm going to go ahead and summon Master with the Eyes of Blue, to add Sage with the Eyes of Blue, and then Revival Dragon Rhapsody, both the Blue Eyes White Dragon and the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to my side of the field. And he has no responses to the Rhapsody. I'm going to use the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to attack into the Mekkaba, and then I'm going to send to the graveyard the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon because his monsters was equal attack. Now I'm going to Secret Summon into Cloud Castle, and let's highlight that card really quick because that card is a savior to the strategy. Basically what Cloud Castle does, it allows you to split summon a level 9 monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. So it was critical that I got Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon back to my side of the field because now I can make all calamities to my side of the field. And now he's looking at a really big problem right now because that calamities is 3,000, can negate monster effects, and allows me to recurse my monsters back to my side of the field. Only with 1,000 life points, I'm going to summon Manju of 10,000 hands. Fortunately for me, VFD does prevent the monsters from my opponent from attacking directly attacking me under those circumstances that his monsters are the same attribute. He's going to activate Invocation. I'm going to use Calamity's effect, turning all monsters into light monsters. And now he's going to be able to summon a monster, but it kind of doesn't matter because that monster cannot attack my Manju for game, which is really important. It actually completely saved me from myself, preventing my opponent's monsters to attack and leaving Manju protected. So this game is looking in the favor of Blue Eyes Chaos Max, a deck that definitely had a lot of problems going with it. Had to deal with 2 Mekkabas, had to deal with so many other things that the opponent could have done, and now it looks like they're going to be securing game with the calamities on the board. There's not much the opponent can do. Or is it? Xander's going to be using his Invocation, and he's thinking really hard on what he's going to do with that Invocation summon. Possibly, I don't even really know. It's going to be really interesting to see what he brings out with that summon. He's going to go ahead and read the VFD, and now he's looking through his extra deck to find the appropriate card to summon. VFD is 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense, so it's quite a terror. If he summons another Mekkaba, he's going to have a problem because VFD can just straight up attack over the Mekkaba. So wondering what monster he could be summoning. He's banishing an Earth monster, and it looks like he's going to be summoning Magalencia to his side of the field, 3,000 attack, 4,000 attack, with the Aliester, so that is pretty good. That's a really good out. I'm going to summon King of D, discarding the Pot of Desires to add the Blue Eyes alternative from my deck to my hand through, I apologize, I'm assuming it was a Melody Dragon Awakening somewhere in there. And then I'm going to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's going to get Solemn Strike. That would be the out. And now I'm going to return the Master with the Eyes of Blue to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then Sage of the Eyes of Blue, the Manju for the second Blue Eyes White Dragon. Use both of those monsters to make, oh my god, Cypher Dragon and attack for game. That was freaking awesome. Blue Eyes Chaos Max, a really good deck, proving that it's actually a lot better than what people have thought it was. I'm just completely bewildered at this great deck. And if you guys want to see more content like this, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, but also make sure you guys hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. That's going to be really good. And going into our next game, we're going to have to see what can Invoked do. They're going to start off with another terraforming. That's going to be pretty good for, Xander. Starting off, obviously, with almost the exact same board as he did in his first game. And that's something that I have to do with this, or have to give to the deck, is it's consistently opening these type of boards. That's going to get him an Invocation from his deck to his hand. And is he going to follow up with a Spellbook Knowledge this time? No, he's going to follow up with a back row and then pass his turn. It seems like his version of the deck does start up a little slow, but it does get into his combos. I'm going to go ahead and activate Trade-In, discarding the Blue Eyes Chaos Max, and then he's going to Droll and Lockbird the Chaos Max Dragon. And now I'm looking at a little bit of a situation. I'm going to set a monster in defense and pass my turn, wondering what the monster is. If it is a Whitestone of Legend or Ancients, Xander probably shouldn't be attacking into it, but hell, what do you know what it is? Looking down on what he can do, he's going to go ahead and attack with it. It is a White Stone of Ancients, and then Ancient's going to use its effect to special summon the Blue Eyes, the Silver Eyes, I forget what this dang card's name, the Dragon Spirit of White, there we go. Dragon Spirit of White is going to be special summoned to banish his card face down, and it looks like Xander's might have to change art. No, he's going to Solemn Warning the Dragon Spirit of White. Keep in mind, we were testing, so I was just letting them know, hey, if you don't stop this, Dragon Spirit of White is going to be summoned, and you're going to lose your card anyways, and I'm going to have a Dragon Monster to my side of the field. Now I'm going to reveal for Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon yet again. Then I'm going to summon Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Sage with the Eyes of Blue is going to add a monster from my deck to my hand. Wondering what monster it's going to be. It's going to be an Effect Veiler, really good at stopping that, that Eliester, the Invoker. Now I'm going to attack with the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, and then I'm going to make Dragon Spirit of White to my side of the field. 3,000 defense, really buff card, really hard for the opponent to get over. He's going to go ahead and draw, and now he's going to set a card face down. And looking at Xander's board, he's going to special summon a Mekk Knight monster because I have a monster on my side of the field, and he has a monster. He has a card in the same column. There's two cards in the same column. And then he's going to add another Mekk Knight. Purple Knight's going to add the other Mekk Knight that he needs. Now, looking into the Mekk Knight Purple, that's a pretty good card. I think that it does exactly what it does. It's the best card of the deck. It allows him to search exactly what he needs from his deck to his hand. It's a pretty good monster. But most importantly, the deck or the strategy, the Mekk Knight part, provides link monsters, if not really huge monsters, to just completely destroy the opponent. And it also helps a lot that the deck is light. So basically, the Mekk Knight version of the deck gives it a first or a second turn going play, while the Invoked monsters give it a first turn going play. Now he's going to activate Invocation, and he has plenty of light monsters to use from my graveyard. He's going to banish the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon to special summon another Macabre to his side of the field. And I think this is where I necessarily misplayed. I wasn't really necessarily paying attention too much to the game state, and I figured that if I stopped this Macabre, then he would be screwed. But I don't know what exactly I was thinking. I'm going to use the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to special summon the Black Rose Moonlight, and then I'm going to use Effect Veiler on the Macabre because the Macabre is going to use his monster to get rid of it. Like, I don't necessarily know what I was thinking, but I'm going to pay for it right then and there. He's going to go ahead and use Invocation's effect to add the Alistair to his hand, and then he's going to summon Alistair again, or he's going to use another Meltdown and add another Alistair to his hand. So it kind of did not matter that I did that. I actually did it a little too soon, or actually I did it when I wasn't supposed to. I think regardless, I was going to use the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I really need to learn how to, like, I'm trying to figure out in this test game how to counter the Mekk Knight Invoked, because now you're put in a situation where your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is 3,000 defense, but all he has to do is discard a Mekk Knight monster, or I'm sorry, an Invoked monster being Invoked Aliester, and now his Macabre is stronger than your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and also trying to figure out how I can do, or what I can do to combat the Spirit Dragon. So he's going to make another Macabre to attack over my Black Rose Moonlight for 100 damage, and then pass his turn. I'm looking at against his standard board, which is Underclock Taker / Macabre, and it's not looking good for me. I'm going to activate Melody of the Dragon Awakening. He's actually going to let that go through, so I'm going to activate Add Alternative Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck to my hand. Can I break this board? Special summon a Blue Eyes White or Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon from my hand to my side of the field. And will I use this effect? I'm going to activate Return of the Dragon Lords. No. To special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it looks like I'm going to be doing this the hard way. Not 100% sure why I just didn't make Dark Matter for this instance and then just attack over both monsters, because he wouldn't be able to overcome that huge attack gain. So Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon is going to attack into his Macabre. Is he going to protect it with an Alistair? I do have the return to protect it. And no, he's going to actually lose it. No, I don't think he has a monster to protect it with. No. Is he? No, he's going to protect it. He's going to protect it. And I'm going to lose the alternative instead of protecting my monster. I'm going to go ahead and summon the Stone of Ancient, use both of those monsters to make the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and then pass my turn. So a little bit of a misplay on my side. I felt that I could have or should have made the Dark Matter. And if Dark Matter's effect isn't mandatory, then yeah, it would have been very good to do that. And since the Dark Matter's 4,500 attack, he wouldn't have been able to stop it. And I would have had a really big monster on my side of the field. So not 100% sure why I decided to do it the other way around. Maybe I just, again, this is test hands, so we're not necessarily thinking of the best situations. But I do think that Blue Eyes did suffer and miss some opportunities because of my plays. But that's nonetheless, Invoked Mekk Knight is a really good deck. A regional caliber deck, a YCS caliber deck. It's topped quite a few. And for Blue Eyes Chaos Max to be giving the Invoked Mekk Knight the business, I mean, at least playing a really solid game, it's pretty freaking amazing. Now, this time around, I actually wanted to see how well Blue Eyes Chaos Max was. If I remember correctly, I could have outright won this game by going into the Chaos Max combo. I'm going to go ahead and discard Card of Consonance for Melody of the Dragon Awakening, and then advance Ritual Art for the Blue Eyes Chaos Max. If I remember correctly, inside of this hand, I actually had another Melody of Dragon Awakening. So what I would have done is activated the Awakening, discard a card from my hand to add the Blue Eyes Alternative and the Blue Eyes White Dragon, summoned the alternative to my side of the field, then used both the Chaos Max and the alternative to make Dark Matter to send the Arc Brave combo, which would have prevented Invoked Mekk Knight from going into his deck. So I'm pretty confident I have that in my hand, but I wanted to see how well Blue Eyes Chaos Max stacked up against Invoked Mekk Knight. But I really do think that this deck is nonetheless, it's a really, really, really good deck. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I think that this deck is, like, really good. I think that it's very competitive inside of this deck profile, and that's why I'm trying, or inside of this format, that's why I'm trying to get you guys to like this video up so we can do that Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck profile. It's going to be really fun. He's going to start off with Aleister the Invoker, and I think it's going to be really saucy if he outs this card. So that Invoker is going to add the Invocation from his deck to his hand, and then he's going to activate Spellbook of Knowledge to send his monster from the field to the graveyard. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I probably should have done that, because I did give him a target inside of Blue Eyes White Dragon to banish to his side, from his side of the field. So now he's going to summon Purple Knight to his side of the field by setting a card under Manju. And then he's going to, I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. His board doesn't look that enticing. He's going to use Purple Knight to add Blue Knight. And then he's going to probably spell summon Blue Knight to his side of the field. And then Blue Knight, that's going to add, that's probably the other monster. I'm not sure which one of that one. I want to call it Grey Knight. I'm pretty sure that's not right. The monster that nobody really cares about, but I guess they care about. He's going to summon that to his side of the field by setting another card face down and summoning it to my side of the Blue Eyes Chaos Max's field. And now I think he's going to use both of those monsters for an Underclock Taker, because Underclock Taker, again, is a really good card. If there was a 2-card Mekk Knight monster, I think he would have played it. And depending on what the Mekk Knight monster did or where the arrows pointed to, I think it would have been freaking awesome. I think Mekk Knight Invoke can only get stronger with time because of so many great strategies running around. He's going to use both of those monsters, like I said, to make the Underclock Taker. And unfortunately, he can't get over to Blue Eyes Chaos Max with the Underclock Taker because Blue Eyes Chaos Max cannot be targeted. He's going to go ahead and summon that to make Macabre. And then he's going to use both, or he's going to use the Invocation to add a Aleister to his hand. And now he can have a 3,500 attack Macabre, but not a 4,500 attack Macabre. So Blue Eyes Chaos Max still is really good. I'm not sure how, if he can. No, he actually has double Aleister. What is going on here? I probably think that's the only out to Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon in his entire deck, is double Aleister plus a fusion monster. So that freaking sucks. I'm going to go ahead and activate another Melody. That's going to get negated. Then I'm going to trade in the alternative. Probably should have did that the other way around. Not sure if he would have negated the trade-in, but I'm pretty sure he would have negated the Melody. So I think that's going to go ahead and pass my turn after I attack the Manju into the Underclock Taker. And that's really, really disgusting. I'm not sure how to even feel about that, because that double Aleister is the only reason. I feel like that's the only reason why he won. That's the only reason. I don't care what you guys say. This deck is freaking strong. I'm not sure if I do have another comeback. I possibly can. I possibly don't. Actually, I do remember I drew the Ritual spell card and another Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I'm like, I wish I had you. If I drew the Chaos Max, then the second Chaos Max would have definitely got me there. But if you guys want to see more content like this, if you guys want to support this channel, go ahead and check out my Patreon, guys. On that Patreon, you'll get so many great rewards, and it really helps you guys, help me grow as a channel. I really appreciate you guys as people. That's pretty much it for this game. He's pretty much wiping the board with me. I don't really have any other responses. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below in the comment section, what do you guys feel about Blue Eyes Chaos Max? Is it a competitive deck? Is TheCaliEffect's misplays can be overlooked by the deck's actual goodness? Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.